Marshmallow World featuring solos by Aaron Callbeck on trumpet, Sasha Sampak on bass clarinet, we have Brady Devar on alto saxophone, and Aiden Rice on trombone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Danielle Hurrian, and I am the director of bands at our school. And it's so great to be here tonight. Thank you so much for being here and celebrating the hard work and dedication of our music students in our school. Next up, we have a classic from the King of Swing, Duke Ellington, called Sea Jam Blues. This will feature Matt Potomsky on trumpet and Aiden Sessiern on tenor saxophone.
Orchestra and chorus auditioned for a very special opportunity to play with students from around the area called Districts. It's a Western Massachusetts Junior Festival. We had quite a few get in, and really, really happy to say that our lead tenor player, Aiden, got in not only as lead tenor in jazz band, but he was the highest scoring tenor player overall for both bands. Privilege to be able to celebrate his success and to have him here, encourage
encouraging others around him to do their best too, because that's what it's all about, right? And having fun and making music together. So before I turn the concert over to Miss S with orchestra, we have one more tune for you. We hope you love it. This is Thriller, and we're going to be featuring Cameron Peckham on trombone.
Love to see you guys tonight. They're very excited about playing for you, so we're going to get into it. First, we start off with Ode to Joy. Throughout the night, you'll be hearing more and more about districts, whether it's district's band or district's orchestra or district chorus. We had a number of students make it from our school this year, and one of them is in this orchestra. I'd just like to give a round of applause for Keegan Washington. Made it Okay, for our final song, this is Spooky Christmas this year, I guess. This is Spooky Scary Skeletons.
And now for the concert master of the 7th and 8th grade dance orchestra, Miss Emmeline Kyle. we played this song called Blue Rhythmico. And one of our cellists, Harper Kyle, took it home and taught it to her little sisters that were, I believe, were in 5th grade that year. And then ever since then, they taught it to their friends. And then they taught it to their friends, and that's how we came to be playing the song. This is usually a song we do in the spring, but they learned it, so we're gonna play it. It's a really fun song.
But before we get into it, I do want to recognize our junior district's members of this orchestra. Let's have them stand. It's all lots on them. Jonathan Pham, also Macy Stebbins, Mason Letourneau, Addison May, Andrew Harju, Aria Kyle, Evelyn Misko, Lydia Duprat, Wanjiru Katonde, Alice Tito, Jackson Ramonko, Carson Lee, and Nicholas
young musicians are in their second year of playing. Some have only been playing since September, which is wild, just absolutely wild to me. It's been a really fast-paced journey, and we actually just finished book 1. We're about to go into book 2 of their method book, which is a huge accomplishment. And you're going to see that those foundational skills really shine in these pieces that they have for you tonight. So, the very first one that we have is called Invasion of the Christmas Crabs. This piece was written by Victor Lopez, who took the migration of crabs off of Christmas Island in Australia and gives you the wonderful Jaws theme at the beginning of this invasion happening that happens every year that the natives have to deal with. But then also tongue-in-cheek a little bit with "Oh, come on, you faithful" in the middle. So hope you enjoy the invasion of the Christmas crabs. Thank you. Our next piece is called Incantation and Ritual. It is by a composer, Brian Balmages, who I think is an absolute mastermind when it comes to arranging for young bands. He writes music that's really accessible for students to read, but it's captivating for the audience and captivating for them. And this one was a little out of their reach at first, but they have risen to the challenge. So here is Incantation and Ritual. a trend. It seems that every year now, on my first concert of the year, we have some piece that features a section. Last year we did Trumpets Up Front featuring our trumpet section. This year we're going to feature the clarinet section, so they're going to stand up with a piece, a bluesy, called Clarinet Cookin'. And this is the kind of piece that, like, the band has played so much, I don't even think I need to conduct. I don't think they need me, so I'm just going to start them off. Ready? You got this. One, two, a one, two.
say thanks about a couple of people here. We have some high schoolers joining us, and they have come for every single Thursday rehearsal this year, I believe. Abby Bacon, over here, Nate Bacon, also over here, yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to these guys. It's really helped out the younger kids, and they get to, hear the more advanced voices, and I really think it helps them. And also, Mr. Dan Henry, I don't know if he is in the audience here. Yes. Thank you. And now for December 10th. Our chorus member that made the junior district chorus a couple weeks ago. Yes, Miss Nora Streeter. Our final song, Feliz Navidad.
so much. So this is the 7th and 8th grade combined band portion of our concert, and that was Tunes That Go Bump in the Night, a nice little medley of several scary classics, including In the Hall of the Mountain King, the classic Funeral March, the Funeral March of the Marionette, and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. So hopefully you recognize some of those tunes. We really love how Mark Williams added the shriek and the contrasting stuff to make it really a surprise. Next, we have an arrangement of a piece of music that every classical musician I know adores. This is Pictures at an Exhibition by Modest Mussorgsky. This piece, if you have never heard it before, is a much longer, it was originally a piano piece turned orchestra piece, and this is a band arrangement. The orchestral version is like 10 different movements because Mussorgsky wrote it in memoriam of his friend who was an artist, and he went to a memorial art exhibit when his friend passed. So this was in his honor. So the first piece you're going to hear, the first part is the promenade. So this is when he's walking from picture to picture. And in the orchestral version, this promenade happens after every movement. So it's really epic. It starts with a nice opening with the trumpets. The second part is one of the paintings called The Hut of Baba Yaga. And if you don't know, Baba Yaga is a witch-like figure that's really creepy, like in Russian folklore, and has a hut with chicken legs, and it travels around. You can hear it in the music. And then the final is a painting of the Great Gate of Kiev. That was an idea that his friend had and had painted this beautiful thing, and he was in awe of it. So here is Pictures at an Exhibition. Randall Standridge wrote this next piece with the idea of a snow day. Kids going outside, playing in the snow, having snowball fights, and seeing that magical wonderland of the fresh snow. On multiple occasions when we'd play this song, I would hear, "This piece just makes my heart happy." So we hope you enjoy Snowscape. All right, before we play our final piece, I really want to say thank you to a lot of people. So I want to say thank you to our secretaries who are amazing in our office. They handle so much on the day-to-day, including finding people's instruments, making sure they get home with them for their concert like today. So that was pretty special. For Mr. Pearson and Mr. Junga Andrews for being so supportive of our program in our school, making sure that everything goes on without a hitch, and really helping out. For our high school directors, Mr. Cole and Mr. Henry. Mr. Cole was here on Monday helping me set up, and it was amazing. And then today, we had a couple snafus, but you probably didn't know. And Miss Tig was here, and Miss S and L. We had a bunch of high schoolers jump in and help. And so that was amazing, how everybody just is there for each other. And without them, we really wouldn't be able to do what we do. For Miss Barabee, Miss Tig, and Mr. Schneider for helping prepare the fundamentals with our students at the lower levels. Without them, especially kindergarten through second grade, seriously, this would not be possible, right? Anything melodic up to age 7 is where this stuff is actually built. So this is a product of that, and I really, really am thankful for their hard work. And then also for you, thank you so much for being supportive of your kids. Give your parents a round of applause for being here, for supporting you. Yeah, you were awesome. So thank you. This final piece, I don't need to conduct either. They have this down. I actually am going to go play trumpet because we're down a couple trumpets tonight. Some people are sick. So I'm going to start them off. Trombones have the beginning, and we hope you enjoy this last tune, Smoke on the Water.